I want to play something for you that Mayor Bloomberg said in his news conference today. And he was talking about stop and frisk in a way that's interesting because it recalls what President Obama said would happen had he had a son. Can you just listen to this and I'll get your response?
I think if I had a son and that son was stopped, I would have some real questions about it.
So Mayor Bloomberg is essentially saying that if he had a son and he was stopped, he would feel differently about stop and frisk. How do you respond to that, given how vigorously he and other proponents of this kind of policing have defended the practice? They're essentially admitting that if this were happening to their children, if they were happening to their sons, they wouldn't like it. Why can't they take that next step and then understand why these communities that are experiencing don't want it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I think if I had a son and that son was stopped, I would have some real questions about it. Having said that, I think if I thought long and hard about it, I actually thought that Bill Thompson said it right. Bill Thompson said he didn't like stop and frisk, but he had a son. He wanted to make sure the kid didn't get killed. And the only way you should do that is to get guns off the streets. If you've got a better answer and one that you're willing to try and see whether, well, let's see if another few hundred people get killed. OK, it didn't work, and we'll go back. We're playing a life and death here, and this is just not something. But, yeah, if anything, if it's personal, if you have something happen to you, you feel about it very differently. That doesn't mean you can't stop and say, wait a second, no matter how much I dislike it. Take a look at public housing. 5% of the public lives in public housing. 20% of the crime in the city is in public housing. We have to do something to stop that. Nobody likes cops in the halls in public housing, but they dislike the fact that they be taken away even more because that's what's protecting them to the extent we can possibly do it.
Order the latest blockbuster from Brent Bozell and Tim Graham, Collusion, How the Media Stole the 2012 Election and How to Stop Them from Doing It in 2016. Available in hardcover. A must-read for every true conservative. Order your copy now at MediaCollusion.com.